Hi fans of high quality entertainment, welcome to my new series, How to Remove Large Bags from Under Your Eyes. Actually, being more serious, it is me ranking and reviewing all of Lou Reed's studio albums. And I believe he has 22 in total. The one I don't have is his final one, which was a meditation, instrumental, new agey kind of album. I am going to actually review it. That's maybe at the end of the series or in the middle of the series or something. But I have to order it. And this might be a little longer than the other videos in the series, because I just want to explain myself a bit if you're a new viewer. If you are a Lou Reed fan and you are one of my viewers, or even if you're not one of my viewers and just checking this video out and then saying to yourself, I'm not subscribing to this guy, he's an idiot. I like to have fun in my videos for the most part, some humor and all that, but at the same time I take music seriously, and especially Lou Reed, one of my absolute favorite solo artists of all time, and of course that includes him being in the Velvet Underground. The one thing I want to say is, if you are a Lou Reed fan and you watch the series, I would really appreciate it if you leave comments on all of the videos I do, and, you know, with your own personal thoughts on each album I do. Even if you haven't heard it, just leave some kind of a comment. Because there's nothing more depressing than doing a long series like I did with Blue Oyster Cult. And then on some of the albums I would have like 8 comments. And so I definitely want to do this whole series, but I mean, I'm not going to do the whole series if there's not enough interest. So please, if you have an interest in Lou Reed, leave a comment below and like the video. And also, share the video with other Lou Reed fans on Facebook or Twitter. I would really appreciate it. So what I do is, I first start with my rating for the album cover, the production. This time, instead of just one favorite song, I will choose 3 of my most favorite songs on the album, unless the album really sucks. And my least favorite song, just one choice, if there is a least favorite song. And then my overall ranking, and then I will rank, like I said, all of the albums. I bought this, I have 2 box sets of Lou Reed, and this is the biggest one, the RCA and Arista album collection. And the only one it doesn't include is Lou Reed Live. That's another one I want to buy at some point, but I'm not ranking the live albums. So yeah, I first heard Lou Reed. I'd always heard of him, of course, but I first heard his music in 1966 when I found Coney Island Baby in a cutout bin. Yeah, the very first song on the album is called Crazy Feeling, and in the very first line of the song he kind of sings a little bit out of tune, and I was just taken in by his vocals right away. It's like, oh, this guy, isn't the greatest singer, but he has a personality in his voice, and I love the album right away. And what I love about Lou Reed, there's many things. I think he's a very underrated guitarist, one of the greatest songwriters. And what I love about his songwriting is he can do the meanest, most vicious, which of course is one of his songs, vicious songs, like attacking people, like with stuff like "You're a Pig of a Person" from the song Dirt. And then he can be super funny with "I'm Just a Gift to All the Women in the World," "Walking Hand in Hand with Myself." Just so many great lines from throughout his career. And then, of course, the more dramatic, really serious songs like "The Bed" and "Sad Song for Berlin." Just taking my time. This is my cat Jinx, for those that have never seen any of my other 2 million videos with her. She just sleeps, she never wakes up. Now, for the most part, I love all of, yeah, that's the other thing. I basically love all of his albums, or at least really like them. So you're not going to expect any C minuses, or even, I don't think you'll even get a C plus in any of these rankings. I'm sorry, but that's how much I love Lou Reed's music. But I am still going to be, you know, there's going to be some songs or whatever, or maybe an album or two that I'm not crazy about overall. For instance, his debut album, Lou Reed, I did not think this would get a good ranking or review. I'm not as familiar with his last few albums like Ecstasy and all that, which I do own, and I'm going to be playing them a few more times before I do the reviews. But his earlier albums, I love, you know, I know them and I love them. But this one, I just could never warm up to. I didn't think it was very good. But because I'm doing this series, I started to listen to it a lot in the last week or so. I've played it, I think, 5 or 6 times in the last week. And what I didn't, the main thing I didn't like about it was the production. It was very, the drums sounded boxy, the mix didn't seem right. It's not that it was a bad sounding recording, it's just, it didn't sound right. It was almost like Lou Reed was in one studio and the musicians were in another, and it didn't seem to have a cohesive feeling to the songs. And plus the songs, most of them I thought they were just passable, they were okay. But, like I said, I've been listening to this, and I'm actually at the point now, and I might even like this more in the future, I actually like the production. I don't love it, but I used to kind of dislike the sound of this album, and now I don't. I actually enjoy the sound of it. It doesn't have my, you know, Lou Reed is not a great singer, but, and it doesn't have my favorite Lou Reed vocals overall, but besides that, I've started to actually love most of the songs on this album. So let's get into my rating for the album cover. This is actually a hard one to rate because at first it's like, what the hell's going on here? It's I don't know if there's any meaning to this cover. I tried looking it up online, but I didn't see anything. I actually was going to start every review with a little blurb from Wikipedia about each album, but I will say this. Steve Howe and Rick Wakeman of Yes are on this album. That's right. Steve Howe plays the drums and Rick Wakeman plays the guitar. It just doesn't sound right. I'm just joking. It's one of my jokes. Yeah. And the thing is with Steve Howe on this album, for the most part, for a Yes fan, if you played songs from this album to a Yes fan and said, guess who's on guitar? They wouldn't figure it was Steve Howe. There's only one song, well, there are a couple songs with some really great guitar work, but Ride Into the Sun has some that does sound, oh, that is Steve Howe, you know. So there is some great guitar solos in it for the most part, but still, it just sounds like a very good guitarist overall. The production, like I said, at first I kind of disliked it, and now I like it. I'm going to give it a B+. Sorry, a B-. B-. My favorite songs. Now, the first one is my favorite, and I don't think most Lou Reed fans that like this album or love this album would choose it. But my favorite is Love Makes You Feel. The whole song is great, but it's the chorus that just, it's such a catchy chorus, and I love the lyrics, and yeah, so Love Makes You Feel. And then my two other favorites are Ride Into the Sun, with some great guitar work by Steve Howe, and Ocean. Of course, most of these songs are re-recordings of Velvet Underground songs, and I prefer the Velvet Underground version of Ocean, but this version of Ocean is very good too. My least favorite song, but I still like it a lot, is Wild Child. It just seems kind of like he's almost being a parody. It's almost like he's doing a parody early on of a Lou Reed song, and just kind of not the greatest lyrics, I guess, but I think it's intentional as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. But it is my least favorite song. My overall ranking for Lou Reed is a B. And at some point, I think it might go to a B+. So yeah, I really, really enjoy this album now. And I would love your thoughts on his debut album in the comments section below. In my rankings, unbelievable, but Lou Reed, his debut album, sits at number 1 because there's no other albums I've reviewed or ranked yet. And that's how I do my videos. Mostly serious with a couple of stupid jokes in there. And my cat that sleeps constantly and never wakes up. Be sure to check out some of my other playlists, or go to my front page, and there's a lot of playlists, even some serious videos. I'm not joking. Serious videos. So thank you for watching. I'm looking forward to comments from Lou Reed fans about his debut album. Bye.